Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a special presentation of the FFR IRONGOL Heavy Metal Championship. We have a fatal four-way tonight for you. BurtReynoldz versus Syraniss versus Crabcakes 2 versus the Hangry Canuck. It's going to be a really exciting one. These are some crazy flags we're going to be hosting tonight. I'm going to kick it over now to your two hosts, Dr. Funkin and Professor Renderer, to take it away. Gentlemen, how is it going tonight?
Doing wonderful. Thanks so much for hosting us tonight for the Heavy Metal IRONGOL Championship.
Yeah, this is exciting. BurtReynoldz, Syraniss, Crabcakes, and Hangry Canuck. This will be a fun scene for us tonight.
If we even finish it tonight, these flags are out of control.
Can you tell me what those flags are for anyone who is just about to start coming into this stream?
Sure, so starting things off, we're going to have random weapons and armor at all of the armor shops. We are going to have unsafe pirates, shuffled enemy scripts, shuffle enemy skills and spells, shuffled status attacks, random enemy status attacks. We're going to have unrunnable formations. We've got all kinds, and that's just in the basic shuffle. Moving further down, we have got 24. We have incentivized every single location, and we have got 27 incentivized items. So we've still got 3 loose on top of that. The only thing we have free is a bridge, ship, airship, and canal will need to be found. And let's see, there is also going to be no black belt allowed. We have open northern and southern progression. We have early Sarda, early Sage, early Ordeals. We do have shuffled entrances, including dead ends, floors, and deep Temple of Fiends revisited. We have shuffled towns, all entrances mixed together, and deep towns, so towns can be buried inside of dungeons.
This is gonna be one heck of a ride, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely want to stick around for this one.
Absolutely. Tonight's going to be an absolute blast. I can't wait to get started.
Hey there, man. So looking at these party formations here, BurtReynoldz running the double fighter along with white mage, black mage. Syraniss running the 8-bit theater special, fighter thief, red black. Not completely, but Crabcakes running the full set, white fighter thief, white black, and Hangry Canuck taking a bit of a cues from BurtReynoldz, but instead of that white mage, got red mage for that slot.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting, and we'll have to see how these different strategies play out for them.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, and apparently enemies are clamped as well to a ridiculous degree.
Like I said, just definitely want to stick around for this one. This will be my first time actually looking at these IRONGOL championships. I've heard a lot of interesting things about this, and I've heard a lot of fun things about it too. So I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it should be a great evening.
So we're just waiting for the ready ups to happen, and Dark Maniacs will drop the gate, and we'll get underway.
Yeah, looks like everyone is ready, so we're just waiting for the gate to drop now. And the gate has dropped, so we should be starting in about 10 seconds.
Okay, what do you expect from this seed, Dr. Funkin?
My prediction: pain.
I'll leave it a little bit easier up and say, let's hope for a clean and fair fight, like I typically say.
Alright, and we are off. So we're going right in. We're going to check the white magic up here. We've got heal 3 and level 1 fade.
Always nice to see level 1 fade right out of the starting gate.
Also, in Black Magic, we got level 1 Fast and Ice 3, so we've got some great magic. Crab Cakes, after seeing that magic, is going ahead and re-rolling. Not surprising, considering that level 1 Fade is going to make red... And I think one of those spells, that level 1 Fade, was locked to White Mage, so she's re-rolling for multiple White Mages to make sure. Oh, another thing, we also have Blurst equipment on, so equipment can have up to a plus or minus 5 to its stats, making it better or worse than vanilla.
Yeah, I've heard about the Blurst weapons, though I've seen it from time to time, and this will be a fun one just to see which weapons are going to be the best ones. Like, you can have a Volpo at like -5, or like, I don't know, a really cheapo staff at like +5.
Yeah, it can be super fun. I recommend going to the beta randomizer site and playing a seed or two with it. It makes the game a whole lot more interesting. And Burt is fading down a pack of imps, making his way up toward Temple of Fiends. Canuck makes it in, and oh, we have got mermaids, which is a nice place to start off. And we got ribbons are at -5, which doesn't suck as much as you would think, because the main reason you want to equip a ribbon is for its resists.
Yeah, the resists are very high on the ribbons, and that's why it's part of the most important things there. So that -5, not gonna be that terrible.
No, oh, there are 2 ribbons at mermaids, as well as the canal, so yeah, you lose a little bit of evasion, which is annoying, but still worth it for the resistances you get, and that's going to be great for helping them survive this early game.
We're gonna grab the other ribbon as well as the canal. Syraniss just gonna be grinding on these ogres and ogres, as best as he can, at least.
That opal helm was +5. That'll be great if they happen to find the tail and get a chance to class change. This is also a scavenger hunt, so notice that Hangry Canuck found an orblet in there. So they need to find a number of orb fragments before they're going to be able to go into the Temple of Fiends Revisited and beat the game.
Oh, it's kind of like Triforce Hunt in A Link to the Past randomizer.
It's exactly like Triforce Hunt.
Oh, this is right up my alley. Here's Cornelia Castle, and there's a ship from off of the King.
Excellent. That'll help get you moving early. Between that and the canal, you've got all kinds of new locations to check. Now Syraniss made his way over to the mermaids and is going to get his couple of ribbons in the canal. Meanwhile, Crabcake's also doing an early grind on the ogres and gray ogres. BurtReynoldz stocking up on some items in Corneria itself. Let's see, that Flame Sword +3, if they've got the gold for it, it's going to be a really good early weapon for the fighters. Hangry Canuck buying a couple.
We're going through the bridge, heading over towards the northern side.
Yep, looking like he's going to head up towards Matoya's cave, which makes sense. It's another entrance, and who knows what could be there. And this time it's Castle Ordeals. Drops a cabin and looks like he's going to burn off a couple of encounters, then head in.
Yeah, I think this is. I feel like this is the right, pretty good idea for Burt. Finding Ordeals, he's able to find one of the first incentive items of this seed.
Yes, the first of 27 incentive items. Oh, gold bracelets are relatively cheap, and they're +3, so that's going to be fantastic fantastic for the mages. BurtReynoldz using NPC Guillotine to kill the old man guarding ordeals. Crabcake's fighting her bridge boss. And now Syraniss.
Hangry Canuck now going into the Council of Ordeals. Wouldn't be surprised if Syraniss does also head over towards the Ordeals area. While Crabcake's is heading over towards where Temple of Fiends is, where the mermaids are.
Yep. And Burt had some trouble getting through the maze, resets out, kills the old man again, but should now know exactly where he needs to go through the teleporters.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with the randomizer, these teleporters are actually randomized alongside everything else. If I got that bit of information right.
Ooh, and it looks like Hangry Canuck has found the waterfall cave, which is set to be procedurally generated, so who knows where the actual treasures are going to be there.
Yes, the roguelike waterfall cave.
Yep, it can be a real handful. Syraniss opting out of doing ordeals and heading over towards Provoca.
Yeah, so Syraniss heading up, going through their randomized waterfall cave.
Melee Wizard asking if they also set procedural generation on for Earth Cave 1 and 2, and no, they did not, only for Waterfall.
Ordeals giving out the TNT as our incentivized item.
Well, if we figure out where the dwarves are, that could be useful. Now we'll see if Burt can nuke his way through these, or ice his way through these undead. And Burt's gonna safely make his way out of Castle of Ordeals and move on.
Drop the cabin, gonna burn off some encounters, and he's on his way out. Up by the armor shop, gonna pick up that gold +3 bracelet.
Absolutely, that's just fantastic armor for anyone at this level. Ooh, what did the mummies have?
I cannot tell, but I was focused on Hangry Canuck. There was Quad X and Nuke at level 5.
Well, that's good to know where that is. That's about the last level where they can prove useful. I'm hearing that the mummies just smacked real hard. Speaking of smacking real hard, that fighter just got taken down by... Syraniss resetting out after both the fighter and white mage get taken out by those mud ghouls.
So it's gonna refight these mud ghouls. Doesn't take them out. There goes the black mage. And another white mage. That's another reset.
Crabcake's found a nice long run in the encounter table and is making her way through Provoca, and its waterfall cave. Killing every bat she sees.
How dare you? And there's the robot. There's the robot and all the goodies that Waterfall Cave has.
Oh dear God, that red giant and that Agama are hitting like trucks. Yeah, the trash mobs are clamped at a very high level of stats, so anything can be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, but this is what makes it fun. Seeing all these really nasty monsters take you out like like it's no big deal. Crabcake's gonna run away from it, finds an Orblet. A Pro gives a -2, another Orblet. And a Canoe.
And the Sun Sword +2. That Canoe, great to see. That Sun Sword, also a fantastic weapon. That's going to be a fantastic weapon even in the late game with that +2.
Oh, for sure.
You're still going to hope to see, like, a decent Masa or an X-Cal, but that'll carry you if you don't find anything else.
Hangry Canuck fighting the Vampire, takes it down, no problem. And the Chime.
Ooh, Chime in the incentivized Earth Cave.
Oh, these images have lit too on them. Oh.
Crabcake's having a real struggle trying to get out of this waterfall cave. Down to just 2 party members. Ooh, images had lit too. That's kind of brutal.
Yeah, I called that one out. Those images just took down Hangry Canuck, trying to get the Chime out of the Earth Cave.
And Syraniss found the tail. Not sure where that was. Looks like Crabcake safely made it out of Provoca and is now going to revive the party members. I thought I saw the tail in Syraniss's inventory. I may have been misreading.
Yeah, it looked like they had the tail. I'll have to get some confirmation when Syraniss pulls up the inventory. Hangry Canuck heading towards west, towards the west, trying to get that kitten, hopefully they get that canoe eventually.
Thanks to chat for pointing out that they all had the tail because one of the flags that was turned on for the seed was free tail, so they will in fact all have the tail for free.
Oh, that's nice. Ooh.
Hello, Matoya.
Matoya's gaming having an Orblet. That's where Melbourne is at. Crabcake's heading towards Castle of Ordeals. Gonna get the TNT from there.
Meanwhile, BurtReynoldz trying to burn off encounters and make his way through that really gross waterfall.
Yeah, if this waterfall isn't enough to tell you that this is going to be one wild wide, you definitely want to stay tuned for probably some of the next couple days. Oh, low. I think that's the Titan Cave I went over towards Sea Shrine.
Yep, and Hangry has found the Temple of Fiends. Doesn't bother to check the treasures, goes straight at Garland. And takes him down with a single swing of the fire sword.
The answer to a question in chat about the location of the Cornelia Castle, if I'm not mistaken, it was somewhere. Well, I've already forgotten now.
Yeah. Maybe it was Dwarf Cave. I'm not 100%.
I would have bet it was Dwarf Cave.
Ooh, +5 pro rings. You literally cannot get better hand armor than that.
Yeah, that alone, that is a great pickup for the Hangry Canuck. Just excellent.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge, and not having to buy it, even better. Meanwhile, Crab Cakes has successfully navigated the pillar maze. Dark Moon pointing out that Burt is spending quite a long time in these in this waterfall cave, and hopefully he'll be able to make it out soon. Because yeah, he has been. Because like he would love to get that canoe there, but it has been a real hassle trying to make his way through. It's a really rude cave.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this waterfall cave is it's only the start of what's set to come from this seed here. So, Hangry Canuck gonna check out what Sarah gave us, and there's the ruby.
Oh, nice. So we already know Titan's Cave is at... Yep, so Corneria Castle was at Dwarf Cave, and Titan's Tunnel is at Corneria Castle, so they'll be able to turn in that ruby right away. BurtReynoldz successfully running from a really scary 4-pack at that spike tile in the waterfall.
Yeah, I was gonna deal with two of these mummies here for considerable damage along with that fade. Doesn't take him down though.
Which is going to be rough, because those mummies are going to start swinging back and clipping his wings real fast.
Yeah, already the fighter and white mage just went down.
Yeah,
but
he makes it out with 2 characters alive, but hopefully that'll be enough to get him out of this waterfall cave.
Oh, definitely. Hangry Canuck gonna burned off some encounters before heading into the Titan's cave. Gonna turn that ruby towards the big Titan dude, and that leads us over towards that's where
the Earth Cave. Yep.
Yeah. So Earth Cave is gonna give us the crown.
Well, Titan's Tunnel is gonna give us the crown.
Well, yeah. Earth Cornelia Titan's cave.
Yep, absolutely. And Burt successfully gets back to the clinic, brings his party members back, and escapes with his canoe.
Case heading over towards the Elfland Melmond area. Just burn off some encounters, saving at the end.
Speaking of Melmond, Crabcakes found Melmond.
We found this a little bit earlier on. That's where the Quad X.
Right, yeah, you mentioned.
Duke. Yeah.
There's so much going on, I forgot already.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. And BurtReynoldz is gonna get the ship from off of the king.
Which, when combined with his canoe, is really going to help open up his progression. And his canal.
Okay, seeing that Quad X and Nuke at level 5, now gonna make the dive over towards the Earth Cave in the Elfland Castle.
Yep, and get her chime from the vampire. And in the Northwest Castle, it looks like we've got the top floor of Ice Cave.
Yeah, that is the top floor of the Ice Cave, and Syraniss gonna get his ship from off of the king.
And it looks like the top floor of Ice Cave leads to a dead end in the Cardia Isles.
Just nothing except a Cardia Dragon that suspiciously looks like a Charizard, but it doesn't. It's not. This is before Pokemon was a thing.
Look, Pokemon's always been a thing in our hearts. We just didn't know it yet until about 96.
Yeah, 96, 98. Alright, BurtReynoldz gonna head over towards the Melmond Elfland. Or the other way around, but still.
Melfland?
Melfland, yeah, there you go. BurtReynoldz is going to see that level 5 Quad X and Nuke. Oh, level 5 Harm 4 is also on the white magic. Just noticed this.
Cheap silver swords, which are nice if you didn't pick up the fire swords from earlier, which Syraniss is picking up over in Melfland.
Leave one. Oh, I love that so much. Shout out to Will Bloodworth for calling that one out.
EXP's casting Sleep over and over on BurtReynoldz.
Carface taking out some of those lit 2 images over in the Earth Cave. I didn't see an opal something. I don't know if those the opal bracelets, but look, I noticed that something had -2 on it though.
Oh, and those P's also have Trance as well, and Fire 2 as well as Sleep. Those are some brutal P's.
Oh, definitely. But Danny the White Mage just fades them. No problem whatsoever.
I don't know, it took out 3 of the party members. I would say that's a bit of a problem.
Well, I mean for that White Mage, but everyone else, see, that's a problem. And
Crabcake's continuing her bat murder spree.
oh, Hangry Canuck is in position to get the TNT from off of the Castle of Ordeals. And her murder continues into the vampire, which lets her get the chime.
Unfortunately, she is going to be rod blocked, since it appears that even though NPC Guillotine is on... Actually, that's not true. They fixed that issue, so there's no longer the possibility of cheating by using the Guillotine to break the rod block. Oh, sorry, One Fine Day. Is that only fixed on Alpha? No, this is Beta, so I guess technically they could still do that.
Yeah, this is the beta version, and this is why we have these blurst weapons. Which, if you're just joining us and you're new to Final Fantasy Randomizer, blurst weapons, the first blurst item, armor, and weapons. They can have just the weapon or armor, but it can either be a maximum of -5 or +5, which affects the stats of said weapon or armor. And our restreamer Dark Moon EX saying that they agreed not to cheat. Okay, so on to that vampire fight again. Just trying to get that chime out of the Earth Cave.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Will.
We're gonna enter Batoya's cave, gonna get an orblet.
And some, money out of the candy jar.
Candy. Hangry Canuck going to burn off some encounters before heading into the ice cave, which is just going to lead into a dead end in the Cardia Isles. So, going to be pretty fruitless at best.
Yeah, but you still gotta check. And ooh, Syraniss has found the Volcano Armory. Well, we got a staff that casts Lit 1 and is -5. Not exactly, setting the world on fire there. Courant, this is a scavenger hunt flag, so the orblets are things that you have to collect before you're able to go into Temple of Fiends Revisited, rather than trying to light the orbs and by killing the fiends. However, killing the fiends also gives you orblets. The Earth and Fire Fiend give you 2 each, and the Sky and Water give you 4 each.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the Triforce Hunt at Link to the Past, except for those statements where you get 2 and 4 respectively out of the earlier and the late game fiends.
And yeah, like Zenovian said in chat, the shards have multiple names that they can roll. Orblet just happens to be one of them.
Oh, Hangry Canuck finding a bottle from off of the Volcano Armory.
Oh, very nice. That's not even an incentive location volcano. That's just a loose bottle.
And that could prove to be pretty important once we find Gaia.
If we find Gaia.
Yeah, if we find Gaia.
Oh, okay. The Volcano Armory was at Marsh Cave, and now Crab Cake's making the same play.
So she's gonna get the loose bottle.
Yep, though she's going ahead and, resetting out of some of the worst gear and using that long run to check harder to reach chests. Oh, that giant being unrunnable is annoying.
Oh, for sure.
Luckily, he's not hitting too hard. The fighter was able to survive that first swing.
We're getting a lot of spell charges on these
and
Red Mage and Black Mage.
That giant has Sleep Touch as well to be extra annoying.
Oh.
All for 337 gold.
I have no words.
Warmech is required. Not unleashed.
Crabcake's gonna pick up their her orblets from off of the armory. Well, BurtReynoldz gained the crown from off of the Titan's Cave. That would be kind of fun, I will admit. Unleashed Warmechs, that would be quite an interesting experience.
Especially with the clamp at 500%.
Yeah, that is just a scary thought. Crabcake's gonna get the bottle from the Volcano Armory.
Yep, very shortly.
Also, looks like Crabcake's found the helmet that can cast Stop.
Yeah, that's okay. That's probably something you might try selling for money as opposed to hanging on to for its usefulness.
Syraniss finding the Cardia Isles, finds an Orblet, and that's where the exit, or the next elevator to ride down over to in the Volcano Armory is at. BurtReynoldz is gonna pick up his bottle.
Thunderclawed and Gloomchew pointing out that stop strats are actually viable when things are clamped this high. It makes it a little easier to get away from things. So at this point, I imagine we're going to start seeing our runners leave the Inner Sea and, continue this adventure.
Yeah, at this point, we can go and check out what Crescent Lake has in store for us.
Sure can. We've also can see what Melmon's got for us. We can see, well, we know what Earth Cave is. It's the other side of Titan's Trove, but Titan's Tunnel, we can see what that is.
Syraniss is gonna head over towards the entrance of the Titan Cave, gonna lead over towards the Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, and that'll be, assuming that Syraniss goes and checks those top treasure chests, is going to be great for them since that's got that +5 pro ring up there.
Yeah, that is a very nice find for this run, especially for Syraniss, as soon as he picks that up. Alright, Crab Cakes gonna be leaving the west side and heading. Just gonna stay alongside the shore here.
Oh, with that chime, is she going to, where is she going?
I would think she would be wanting to head over to.
It's looking like Mirage.
Yeah, she's probably gonna follow that. Yeah, looks like she's trying to follow the chime over towards the Mirage Tower, see where that leads us.
And that is leading us to the Elfland Castle. Unfortunately, we do not have an herb or a key yet, so it's currently not especially useful.
Yeah, Crowcase will probably want to head back to there once she does find the herb or key. So, guess we're heading over to Crescent Lake.
She might actually be heading over towards Onrak, depending.
That too. Both are good options.
Just judging from the direction she was sailing in. Yep, heading over to Onrak and the waterfall. Meanwhile, Hangry is about to give us our first look at Crescent Lake. Making sure that the incentivized item at a shop was not at the Oasis. Yep, Burt giving us a great PowerPoint right now. Oh, hey, we got Sarda over on Crabcakes' side, and today Sarda's giving us the Oxy Ale. So if we find Onrak, that's one more entrance for us.
Oddly appropriate.
And Crescent Lake is a dead end.
But BurtReynoldz and Syraniss are simultaneously gonna get that ruby. Or wait, is this double?
Oh, and we have found the first floor of Sea Shrine down on Crabcakes' corner of the race. So this could be an extremely large dungeon because there's a split here. It goes in 2 different directions.
How appropriate for the waterfall cave to be the top of Sea Shrine.
Looks like we're going to Mermaid side, which leads to on-rack. Amazing. Amazing.
That's great.
Gonna take a quick check of the level 7 white and black magic. Temper at level 7, you hate to see it.
Ugh, yeah, that's not a good slight for crab cakes.
Luckily, Crabcakes got the Oxyale, so she's able to immediately go in, and that's where Bahamut's hiding, so Crabcake is going to be the first of our runners to class change.
At 36-31.
Bert's stream got sent 2,000 years in the past, so once it catches up, we'll rejoin Bert.
In the meantime, enjoy this Final Fantasy screen. Or if you want some technical difficulties, here are some technical difficulties. Or okay, it's making their way down. There was a Cardia Island there, and then just finds another Sea Shrine location.
Syraniss about to get the bad news about Crescent Lake. Syraniss still has not gotten their canoe.
And Hangry Canuck with the map strats.
Everyone take a drink.
I don't have Coke. Or Coca-Cola, to be more precise.
At this rate, we're gonna have to dive either waterfall or ordeals. We're not gonna have a whole lot of choice if this does not pan out into something. They will be our last 2 options.
And so we've got Crabcakes fading down, some sea jerks, while Syraniss makes their way over to Onrack, and Hangry is fighting sharks in the open sea.
Syraniss is gonna get the Oxyale, which will lead him, which then he can, as soon as he goes over to Waterfall Cave, he'll head over to get
But
the
he's
top
not
of...
going to go over to Waterfall Cave, because Syraniss still doesn't have the canoe.
Right, that's the thing. But once, because Bert is the only one who has it yet.
Crabcakes has the canoe.
Yeah, Crab Cake. Oh yeah, right. Ugh. Right. Crab Cakes has the canoe, and Bert has the one at least from the top. Bert's the only one with the canoe, at least on the top portion of the screen. Okay.
Fair enough. And we are rejoining Bert, from the look of it.
And there's Bart right now, visible on the screen for y'all to look at.
Making his way out of the inner sea. Meanwhile, it looks like Crabcakes is going up to check Melmond.
Which was Montoya. And Hangry Canuck heading back over to the Castle of Ordeals. I believe Hangry Canuck had tried to do it once, wasn't successful. But if this isn't this is the successful attempt, Hangry Canuck will get that TNT.
BurtReynoldz' stream is pitch dark. He is likely to be eaten by a Gru. How am I doing, Will? Glad I was able to provide that for you.
Crabcake's fighting Garland right now, so that will give her the ruby once she gets over to back to Cornelia Castle. Oh, BurtReynoldz fighting Astos' castle.
And he's got the crown, so I'm guessing he's gonna drop shop outside this volcano and see what Astos has for us. And it is the floater! Ooh, that is massive! So right now, Burt is gonna be in position to be our first runner in the air.
That is an excellent spot, and that was where the volcano was at, so Burt is gonna get that floater really quickly as soon as he's done with this Astos fight.
And whatever undead Crabcakes was just fighting had toxic, so that's no good.
Yeah, Burt is heading out of the volcano and heading over directly to where the floater is, where the airship is at. It's gonna summon it, and that'll be all good for Burt. And at just about 43 minutes, BurtReynoldz is now in the air.
Yeah, and that just opens up the entire world to him, and so it looks like he's gonna go straight to Ice Cave, since it's the nearest new entrance.
That is a Sea Shrine location. Burt's gonna burn off some encounters.
Yeah, it looks like this is the floor just before Mermaids. Which leads to yet another Sea Shrine location over on Krakenside.
Some gray water. It's very depressing.
Yeah, that'll happen when Sea Shrine is set up with Ice Cave palette.
Crabcake's getting the ruby from off of Princess Sarah. And an orblet for BurtReynoldz. Yeah, and Burt, as Classic Gamer 76 points out in the chat, Burt doesn't have that key, so he can't really check TFC yet.
Yep, we haven't seen the key yet, so...
Imagine if this was the same night where if TFC happens to have something again like it was yesterday. Ugh.
Darkmoon TFC stands for that French chest.
Yeah, that because most people are not gonna check the chest until it's too late. Dynasty Fried Chickens is also a good response to that, Will Butler. Okay, Bert's using that floater, gonna head probably heading for the Cardia Isles, but it's gonna make a brief pit stop over towards Cornelia, just to get that save points.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Syraniss finally completed ordeals and made their way safely out.
Other side of the Titan Cave, leading to another Sea Shrine location.
Yep. This one just an empty floor that you just gotta run up through, ignoring all the rooms. And that leads to the top of Earth.
We're gonna check this one out. That leads to
The Agama floor.
oh,
Ooh, a lamp shirt! We don't have to worry about grooves anymore. We got all the light we need.
there we go. This is a good one. Also, a lot of money. And these coming chests on the Agama floor.
It was also a +1, so even if you aren't going to use to cast lamp, it's still really good armor for either the white mage or the black mage. We're not sure which.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out once that comes around. There's another Orblet for BurtReynoldz.
Looks like Crabcakes went to ice first, which is unfortunately going to delay her getting into the air.
We did put a Q3 cane with -3 on it.
Cure 3 is still a great spell to have on an item. I won't say no to that, even at -3.
Definitely.
-1 on the ice armor is kind of painful, but you'll take it anyway.
That leads to an Earth Cave.
Where
Oh.
Burt gets knocked down by some cockatrices. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, it's gonna leave that alone for now. We're gonna check out what Syraniss Cave is.
Ooh,
Oh,
that is a lot of chests in that sky floor.
Definitely.
So that is a real gross color on the top of those roofs there.
Yeah, but it does contain an Orblet. Oh, Katana +4.
But no one's got thieves tonight.
Yeah, so that's gonna be pointless.
I mean, if you end up needing money, it's great, but otherwise, it's nothing.
Right.
Bet Will Bloodworth is now really wishing he was able to make it into this race.
Hangry Canuck gonna pick up the chime from the vampire. And BurtReynoldz is out of there. I'm just gonna head back in first just to see what the rest of the sky has for us. 2 Orblets.
Back to back.
Oh, and there's Provoca.
Well, those pirates could be dangerous, but they are another incentive location. And we finally get to see level 2 magic. In white magic, we have got Invis 2, Cure 3, and Lamp.
Crabcake's picking up the
But who cares?
Crabcake's picking up the floater from off of Astos.
Yep. And then Sleep, Saber, Sleep 2, and Rub in black magic. So we're not going to bother with level 2 black magic.
And Bert's gonna make that save points over at the inn. He's gonna fight BK. earn those ice 3s. And, oh, these pirates have Scorch, but
We've gained enough levels at this point just from, you know, being out in the world that Scorch, while annoying, isn't likely to be fatal.
right. So Burt swings, knocks on one of the pirates, and another pirate down.
And that
Denny
thing
with
will
the
take care of the rest.
Yeah, these pirates go down pretty quickly, and we'll see what BK has for us. It is the crystal.
Since we know where Matoya is, that's yet another turn-in.
And the armor is never really the right home about. And yeah, BurtReynoldz is heading over to where Melmond, Bertoya has an over Melmond. It has a rub -3 shirt. Oof. And we're heading back to the exit of the Titan Cave. And Hangry Canuck with more map strats. Okay, so Crowcase is going to get the crystal, which we know it doesn't only leads to a rub -2 shards, and that's ugh.
Yeah, it's certainly not ideal. Looking like Frosties have some sort of poison ability, because Bert's gone and gotten poisoned.
And Crowcase got stuck up on that Invis 2 ruse and cure free, more likely.
Looks like BurtReynoldz taking some time to fight down these frost dragons, get a little extra experience, since they aren't hitting too hard and just have poison touch, which is fairly simple to deal with.
Yeah, Bert's got plenty of cure potions, so this won't be a big of a deal. It's a good grinding tile there.
Yep, absolutely.
And Crabcake's getting the unfortunate news that that crystal didn't lead to anything.
Oh, what was it?
It was that rub -2 shard.
Oh.
And Crabcake's gonna stock up on all the white mage and black magic from over at the Elfland Melmond area.
Yep, absolutely. And be interested to see where she goes next. Yes, Titans. Burt looking like he's satisfied with the levels he's gained at this point and heading his way back out of the Agama floor.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised. At this point, I'm hoping one of the runners heads over to the Cardia Isles and see where where all those entrances lead them.
Yeah, that's a huge number of checks in a very concentrated area. Uh-oh, these ghosts just wiped him, and Burt lost all of that grind, I think.
Oh, that is unfortunate for Burt. And as I was saying, crab cakes and checking out the Cardialis, there's a top floor of the volcano, which leads into Earth.
Which leads to Lich Floor. So
Oh.
she's gonna try and take out Lich, who may actually be a boss tonight.
And that will give crab cakes some more orblets.
Yep, an extra 2. Ah, yes, using X-Fur to reduce Lich's defenses. Ooh, Lich has got Stun Touch, though.
Those are never fun to deal with, especially regardless of what enemy you put it on. And Lich is gonna end up. The maid is trying to use Robot. It doesn't do anything though.
Thrown out some of his 2 for safety.
BurtReynoldz finding the cube.
Oh, was that loose in Earth?
Looks like it was. It looked like it. Yeah, it was loops.
Damn, that's a good find.
And Crabcakes takes down the Lich and it's gonna get yourself 2 more orblets.
Yeah, that's a great find early in Cardia.
And it looks like Crabcakes was able to rub Lich.
Amazing. You don't see that work very often. And now we've got the bottom floor of Marsh. Crabcake continuing to rub out some bats with the guillotine. And this is also going to have an incentivized item since all the incentive locations are turned on. That means Marsh is also an incentive location.
Oh.
Ooh, them purple worms. You know, they hit hard, but not as hard as I would have thought. Ooh, a slow 2 sword. But it's +5, so that is going to be like a straight up endgame weapon level, because that is the vanilla defense sword.
Yeah, Crabcakes like no hesitation is gonna pick that one up.
Yeah, it's not the progression you're looking for, but having a sword that strong is super helpful with the stats on these enemies.
Burt going through this earth cave floor.
Killing his own bats.
There's another orblet.
Oh, Syraniss also in the sky now.
Cupcake's gonna look at the other hole that's in this double hole here, and there's
dwarves.
Well, we can finally check out the TNT, and Cupcake's
sparing the life of the Hooray Dwarf.
Yeah, you don't want to kill the Hooray Dwarf. What are you, some sort of magnet man?
Of course not. In fact, a -3 Masa. Ooh.
Ugh.
So, that's still going to be a decent weapon on someone other than the fighter.
Definitely. So, all right, next Cardia Isle for Crabcakes. The Bridge of Destiny.
Yep. Yeah, that Bridge of Destiny is a little intimidating right now with a required war mech.
Yeah, and Crabcakes just leaves that alone.
That +3 Opal armor for the hand is decent, but we also already know we've got +5 Pro Rings, so it's less incentivized. And an A Ice Axe +3.
Looks like Hangry Canuck is heading back into the waterfall cave and is going to try and get that canoe out from off of the robot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's gonna have some choice expletives for this game once he finds out that this is the canoe. And...
Yeah, that is, you hate to see it about an hour into the seed.
Oh, and we found a Sorcerer Mudgoal tile. Sorcerer's casting Cremate, Mudgoal still hitting like a gosh darn truck, so this is not a tile you want to be on.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And
That's
yeah, Crab Cakes gets rubbed right the heck out.
yeah, it's gonna try this again.
Well, Bloodworth pointing out that Hangry Canuck still relatively low level. Only a couple of his party members have... Oh, and he gets knocked out up there. Only a couple of his party members are level 10. Most are level 7 or lower.
Yeah, and this is interesting because already these runners are pretty high on levels, and Hangry is still like trying to get his seed started with that canoe being in this really god-awful waterfall cave.
Yeah, absolutely. Crab Cape's coming back down, trying to check that chest she couldn't get to before. And it's an orblet, so worth.
Yeah, it's worth it. And could I get in that canoe from off the robot again, and hopefully he's able to make it out of this waterfall cave with it in his hands.
Fingers crossed, but only having 2 party members up at this point, it's really sketchy.
Gonna run away from the argument. Oh! Hangry Canuck just seeing those mudgulls try to get out there, but no luck.
Yeah, this waterfall cave is really giving him the business. Ooh, and Crab Cakes has found the Asterix floor in the Sky Temple.
Yeah, a number of things to find here in the Asterix floor.
Absolutely, there's a whole lot of chests to check.
Oh, Syraniss find the rod.
Oh, on the carry floor, okay. We know where the rod block is, and that could potentially lead deeper into something else.
Yeah,
it gets taken out by the frost dragons.
Oh, that you hate to see that.
-3 opal armor, probably not going to be worthwhile compared to those +3 gold armors.
Syraniss is leaving now. So it won't be a while until Syraniss is going to regain that rod. Hangry Canuck get in the canoe again, hoping this time this is the run that gets Canuck out of this waterfall cave and back, and so that he can get his seed started.
Yeah, seriously, because that canoe is a big deal. Oh, these mummies are giving him the business end, though.
These fires aren't really doing much on this black mage.
Wiz Mummy hitting him with Stinger. Darren Drees in chat doing us the favor of pointing out the stat differences between a -3 Masamune and a +5 defense sword. A -3 Masamune will have 50 attack, 41 hit, and 7 crit, while the defense +5 will have 40 attack, 50 hit, and 15 crit. In a seed like this, where the enemy's stats are clamped so high, that extra crit on top of the extra hit is going to be invaluable, and I can see why most people would pick the defense +5 over the Moss -3.
And finally, Hangry Canuck gets out of the waterfall cave, and with the canoe in hand, he's probably feeling way behind because of that. Syraniss is gonna get two orblets from the carry fight, or no, that's not carry fight, the ledge fight. Sorry, my apologies. We know that the carry floor has the rod, and Syraniss left that. And Syraniss is gonna get the -3 and Masamune.
Which still is a great weapon if you don't have anything else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But deciding to stick with the Sun Sword +2.
Bert's gonna just stop at the end for a second just to get out. Not gonna fight BK. I think he may have fight it before. It's hovering around the Castle of Ordeals area.
And Crabcakes is just about done clearing out the Asterix floor. Gonna head deeper in, see where this dungeon leads. Looks like the top floor of Mirage Tower. Which, unfortunately, since Crabcakes does not have her cube, is a block at this point.
Yeah, and we saw the cube originally, and BurtReynoldz did see it, and I think he still has it in hand.
Yeah, Burt found the cube, so when he makes it to that location, he'll be able to just go straight through and not worry about it.
BurtReynoldz gonna re-grab the chime from off of the vampire, doing a bit of bat murder too.
And BurtReynoldz has the rod at this point, so he'll be able to go deeper as well.
Yeah, and this is very important for Burt. This will give us a bit more information.
Oh, we got Warp at level 6 in the 3rd slot. I think that he's going to need to promote before he can learn that. And then we have Exit at level 6 White Magic, but I believe it is White Mage locked.
I'll take your word for it. And as Darkmoon EX points out, Crabcakes only needs 6 more shards in order to head over Temple of Fanes Revisited.
I'm not sure if we had seen it yet, but that was Ordeals that Hangry Canuck was at, and that was Crescent Lake.
Yeah, and we know that we can get 4 more orblets from off of the Bridge of Destiny. Gaia is Elfland. Ice Lock 3, Lock 2, Lit 3 at level 3, as well as Fire 3.
That is some stacked level 3 black magic. Unfortunately, it's all stuff you would have loved to have seen a lot sooner than you have.
That is so true. And Cure 2 from the White Magic at level 3.
Yeah, it's good to have. You know, it's nice to be able to, spend less time using potions.
And level 4 magic has Cure 4.
And life.
Yeah, that's a pickup for Crabcakes for sure. And now the black magic for level 4 is going to be Brack.
Brack and Lock.
So both locks hanging out over at the Elfland, and there's the adamant from the vendor item.
Yep, and we do know where the dwarves are, so that's another turn-in we've got.
And there's Pro Rain +5s for sale as well.
Yeah, Crab Cake's definitely going back in for a few of those.
For sure, and that's an easy to pick up as well. And yeah, this is great news for Crab Cakes. And Crab Cakes does not want to kill off the Hooray Dwarf. And there's some ribbon from off of the blacksmith.
Yeah, I mean, you'll take it. You can never have too... Well, I mean, you could technically have too many ribbons, but you're not going to have too many ribbons in a seed like this.
Yeah, that's a definite pickup for Crab Cakes. Ad sure didn't lead to anything that will lead us to finishing the seed, but hey, we take those. Oh, but Burt has found Gaia, and that leads to the herb!
Ooh, that could be huge if the herb leads to something.
And this was, this was in one of the Marsh Cave locations, too.
Yeah, it sure was. Meanwhile, Syraniss is on in Ice Cave at the incentive chest location, so Syraniss will be doing the Ice Cave dive.
Oh, Crab Cakes finds the loot from off of the circle sages.
Which means that, I believe Hangry will have that as well, since Hangry sailed over to Ordeals.
We did find another, Orblet from off of, less than greater than floor.
Ooh, Saberteeths have poison damage. Or damage poison, however you want to say it.
And to answer our question in chat, this is Deep Full Temple of Fiends Revisited. Hangry Canuck heading over towards the volcano area, but also actually is going to head over towards the ice cave area. And Burt is going to head down towards the rod area, circling it.
I wonder why he's doing that, but... Oh, that's a good floor.
Yeah, I believe the reason... Oh, okay, so Dark Moon's actually going to... I was bringing this up in chat. He's going to burn off encounters.
Yeah, but that was a huge run where he didn't even get encounters, like... Also, yeah, like Will Bloodworth said, that's a safe tile area. You're not burning off anything there.
Right. Crabcake's finding the big room leading up before the Bridge of Destiny. And that's where 11I'm is at.
Finding plenty of Orblets here, and a Harm 3 Gauntlet, which gets left behind. Saber Tease coming in, being rude. Oh, they've got Thunder as well. Really, really rude cats.
So, Crab Cakes is now gonna look at what the incentivized chest set that contains a slab.
Just for you, Dark Moon, I'll say it. Thunder, Thunder, Thunder cats!
Oh. Just for you, Dark Moon. Just for you.
Syraniss was down at Lefane. Unfortunately, I missed what ended up going on there.
Lefane, that was where the
ice. Okay.
yeah, that was still the ice that had the slab. And we do know where Melmoth is, so we can't translate it.
We don't know where Lefane is, so we can't turn it in.
Yeah, that's the only problem. We can translate it, but we don't know where Lefane is.
And Syraniss heading over to Temple of Ordeals will be finding Crescent Lake and picking up the loot.
Hangry Canuck finally getting into the air at like around like an hour 116 or something, like around an hour 117.
And now Crab Cakes is in the ice cave as well. We'll be picking up her slab soon. Yeah, the -3 Opal Cheerio hurts a little bit, Classic Gamer, but it's made up for a bit by the fact that the gold bracelet is +3.
Yeah. And there's Syraniss with the loot from the Circles of Sages. Oh, that is an Aegis Shield for BurtReynoldz. +3.
That is a fantastic shield. Crab Cake's getting close to done with filling out her Orblets. Looks like she's got about 6 left.
Yeah, and once she has all 6 Orblets, it's just a matter of heading down to the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
No, it isn't, because Temple of Fiends Revisited still requires the key.
Oh, that's right! Yeah, I completely forgot about that. and the key is still out there.
It sure is. We have not seen the key yet. It could be anywhere.
And there is another katana from off of Crab Kits. Again, there's no thieves, so really, it's just to sell for money.
Yep. Dark Moon suggesting this could have been a good 2-thief seed. It's hard to disagree, considering we've found, 2 + 4 katanas.
Yeah, and this is really unfortunate for these runners. They could have benefited from that 2 thief, but that's not how it works here. So Crab Cakes is going to translate the slab. We still don't know where Lefane is at, and once we do find Lefane, let's see if that slab leads to anything of importance.
And Melfland going even further into debt as Crabcakes crashes her airship into it.
Crabcake's bringing out some encounters before heading over towards the exit of Titan's Cave.
Oh, it looks like she's going over to check the trap tiles in this top floor of Earth.
Syraniss is going to get a class change. Hangry Canuck seeing the Bridge of Destiny and saying, no, I'm not gonna deal with it just yet. Especially with that required war mech.
Especially with how low level he is. Oh, that is a +4 cat claw. That is a really strong knife.
Yeah, that's great. That is an excellent find, and Hangry Canuck, just seeing that mass being that's -3.
Yep. Saber up that black mage and have him swing on chaos.
Terminated.
Crabcake's making room for her lamp shirt.
Yeah, that's a nice shirt to find. Okay, so Crabcake's getting some orblets. And there's only 3 more to go.
Don't say that out loud, Reese Wolf. We don't want Melee Wizard to get a big head.
And Hangry Canuck is gonna encounter the purple worms. Oh, they hit hard, and that's gonna give that slow to that pretty much that defense sword.
Yeah, and he recognized exactly what that is, immediately equips it.
I can't blame him, honestly.
Melee Wizard, Reese Wolf said a little up above that melee mages are the best mages.
Burt heading over towards the ordeals area. Of course, this is where he'll probably be getting the he'll get the loot from here, from off of the Circle of Sages.
Looks like Hangry Canuck's about to get wiped out by some wolves. Yep. Crabcakes nukes and fades down some of those Frosties, and is also going to take some time grinding on this tile, just like BurtReynoldz did earlier.
Yeah, I don't blame him. And Syraniss is gonna get the defense sword. And Burt is gonna get the loot. And Crabcase is gonna pick up that cube, and that will let her advance past the top of Mirage Tower.
which she found earlier.
Well, Hangry Canuck is gonna fight Lich.
Here's hoping this works out for him. The seed has not been kind.
Yeah, this especially with the early game being what it was like with the really god-awful waterfall cave.
Speaking of god-awful, that was 6 hits for 51 damage from that Masa. This is a very tanky Lich.
Yeah, that is for sure. One of the knights go down. Burt is going to get the slab.
Crab Cakes continuing to get revenge on bats for all of us who've been trapped by them ever running this game. And now she gets a nice long walk to take a quick drink. Chat pointing out that Lich is using darkness, which can be cured if, or at least it could have been, had Hangry Canuck found that lampshade.
Still a pretty tanky Lich from over on Hangry Canuck's side. Everything he's thrown at is being tanked pretty hard, and Lich coming with that Lit too.
Yeah, Lich is not doing a lot of damage. Thankfully, it's just kind of throwing out like little chippy level 2 spells, but it's still taking forever to kill. And at this point, Crab Cakes has gotten so powerful that Peds are starting to run away from her.
I can't say I blame them.
Oh no, she dumped the lamp shirt for that pro ring +5.
Oh, that's a really tough trade-off.
That's definitely a party foul.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk to the Iron Goal Commissioner to see if any kind of sanctions can be levied against Crab Cakes for this action.
But Hangry Canuck finally terminates Lich. It's gonna get 2 Orblets.
Out of battle, able to safely raise his party members and start healing up a bit, and gets out. And now Crab Cakes has found the carry floor. And we'll find her rod.
Syraniss grabbing that the AI's axe and the Orblet there, and Crab Cakes just needs to get to this one encounter just to get get to that rod. And BurtReynoldz seeing that the Bridge of Destiny is on one of the Cardia Islands.
Nopes right out of it, just like everyone else has.
I mean, but at this point, I can't say I blame them. Hangry Canuck heading over towards Provoca.
Now BurtReynoldz has found the dwarves as well. Grabs his orblet and cash and will turn in his TNT and adamant.
And kills off.
Hooray, dwarf! A monster!
What a flex!
So much dirty play this seed. The commissioner is definitely going to have to review this.
Oh, for sure. But especially after seeing that the boss has been -3s in there. But Crab Cakes does get the rod.
BurtReynoldz realizing he doesn't have the key.
Yup, that's an exit. Syraniss finds the Asterisk floor.
Yep, gonna pick up some treasures and not find a whole lot, to be honest.
We're carrying some worms.
Yep, taking on this worm tile. Trying to get some more XP, which who could blame him with how nasty these enemies are. Syraniss finding some metal slimes.
And there's the defense sword for BurtReynoldz.
Yeah, you're definitely happy to see that. And now Crab Cake's gonna take that rod and go past the rod block.
And Crab Cakes is heading over to the rod block. Which did contain the part of the Mirage Tower.
She's about to have a run-in with a bad... Oh wow, she got good turn order and didn't realize how bad those Thundercats are.
And if Faye cleans up the rest of them.
Her levels are starting to look good too. She's into the 25s on a few characters.
Yeah, just a few more levels, and this will be plenty for chaos when we get to that end game.
I mean, you say that, but we're clamped at 500% stats.
Yeah, that's another problem. Probably need a bit more levels for just to deal with a clamped 500% chaos.
Classic Gamer, I believe that chest was checked and it wasn't anything. Classic Gamer asking if the out-of-the-way chest on Earth 3 was ever checked.
If the shadows here, BurtReynoldz, Syraniss, Crab Cakes, and the Hangry Canuck are your runners for tonight. Definitely give them a follow. They're putting on a good show for y'all. And I'm Professor Ender, and my co-com is Dr. Funkin, and Dark Moon EX is not only your restreamer, but also your tracker for tonight.
Yeah, Crab Cakes is in fact full-on shards at this point, just needs to find the key and then she's in go mode.
Yeah, we're running a few on a couple of spots here. There's an Excal -4.
That is an Excalibur for sure.
Ugh. And yeah, we did say earlier that one sword they got earlier on was definitely an endgame item, and that Excal pretty much just proves it right there.
Yeah, her fighter is going to be equipped with that defense sword and nothing else. Badman wasting some of Crabcakes' time by casting Flash and Gaze. Just finding some money, and a Coral Sword +4 doesn't really have a use for it. And BurtReynoldz about to go take on the Lich. Tanky, but not dangerous.
There's the thing.
Oh, deep in this cave. That may be on the rod block. And LaFane's got the key at 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 40 seconds. Crabcakes has entered go mode.
And that slab was important this entire time. And level 8 cake to end this off. Now is a matter of just getting the heck out of here, making their way over to making her way over to Temple of Fiends Revisited, and she'll be able to finish off this seed.
Potentially. We have no idea how nasty Topher's gonna be today.
Oh, you're right. That's the other thing too. It's still not over yet.
Yeah, it looks like Crabcakes is still going to be looking for a little bit of gear and possibly some experience. And this is a great floor to get some gear, considering the greater than, less than room has a whole bunch of chests to check.
Yeah.
Cash, cabin, house, iron armor, harm 4-stick, cash, another orblet.
Not like that orblet matters anyway, because well, she does have all the orbits necessary to get over to Topher.
Cash, and a Sleep 5 sword. These blue Ds are insistent that Crabcakes debate them, but she ain't having it.
Yeah, she's trying to get the heck out of here for sure.
Yeah, the Sleep +5 sword is Bane, and now she's found her Aegis shield and is happy to pick that up. And there's Gaia, deep in this cave.
Which had Ice 2 and Zavra Black Mane to level 7, and then Life 2 and Arab at White Magic.
You definitely pick up Life 2, even if you only got a couple of charges, it's so worth having.
And Kage's gonna stuck up on those heal potions while Hangry Canuck is about to fight these zombies that once Hangry Canuck clears that out, that's where the rod's located.
Excellent. And now Crabcakes has her herb, which she knows she doesn't need, because, again, she's in go mode.
Yeah. BurtReynoldz getting the Dragon +2. Okay, it's gonna stop over at the Cornelia Castle, check out the key locked chests here. Oh, verbal -2. Ugh.
Yep, so the slow sword and the bane sword are going to be... the slow and the sleep sword are our in-game weapons.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pick up that verbal anyway.
Yeah, and drop a katana just to spite Will Bloodworth, I'm pretty sure.
Hangry Canuck seeing that, looking at that Bridge of Destiny again, saying, no, I'm not gonna deal with that. And Crabcake's gonna burn off some encounters before heading into the Mirage Tower, which that is gonna be where checking out the herbs just to see what that gives us. A harm to bunk.
No interest whatsoever.
There's another orb for Crabcakes and a ice -2 sword. Nothing of worth.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they're gonna find much more as far as equipment goes.
Because we'll probably have to go into this Temple of Fiends revisit. It's just with that set in mind, but even then, that's still not good. Crabcake's heading over towards Astos Castle and see what the key gives that.
Nothing. Oh, Dark Moon bringing up a good point. She's probably here to check the grind tiles and see if she can use this to gain some levels for the end game.
Yeah, at this point, they're just... At this point, really, should probably just be grind for levels just to at least have a chance in Topher.
Yeah, we've seen the kind of danger that there's been this whole seed, so it makes sense. And it looks like Crabcakes has also stopped to go grab a beverage again.
Oh, Hangry Canuck getting the thing from off of the Adamant Turn-In. No, it didn't really give us much.
No, I mean, it gave us a ribbon.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Sure, it's a -5 ribbon, but it still gives us resistance to all elements.
Yeah, you can't turn down a resistance to everything.
Will Bloodworth in chat saying that he would not feel comfortable going into a Temple of Fiends revisited until all of his party members had over 400 health and a 500% seed, so around level 32 party-wide.
Yeah, this is more justified in this case. So Crabcase is gonna just grind out these spike tiles.
And that makes sense. While these rock ghouls are beefy, they're also beefy experience, so... Meanwhile, it looks like BurtReynoldz has taken a few fights on this worm tile.
And Syraniss heading through this, heading down the path here where the trail turning is, heading towards this is I think volcano area.
Yep, this is the, we got volcano, then we got some more earth floor. Syraniss forgetting that NPC Guillotine is on and that they can just kill those bats.
Yeah, if it gets pretty bad, then you can just talk to them and they just go down. Alright, Syraniss is gonna get the rod here from off of Carrie's floor.
Hopefully, the last time Syraniss did this, they got clipped by the Frosties on the way back out.
Right.
BurtReynoldz' grind has been going swimmingly. Both of his fighters have over 600 health at this point.
And that's a very good sign for Burt.
Problem is, Burt still needs to find that key.
Yeah, and we know that this is from the slab turn-in. And it looks like Crabcakes may be ready to head into Topher.
Well, going to check the key lock chests in Temple of Fiends Vanilla first.
Yeah, just to be safe. Oh, there's some air tiles. And these are some beefy air tiles. Down goes one of the white mages over on Crabcate's side.
Yeah, this does not look like a particularly viable grind tile. Crabcake's definitely having to deal with some stormy weather here.
Definitely. And down goes the black mage, but down there's the end of that. Just an Orblin and a cabin. Nothing else to report. In the bottom rights here, and another set of air tiles. Just trying to run away from them, and just a silver -3.
Debating whether she wants to continue leveling, and yeah, she's going to find another grind tile.
I don't blame Crabcakes for doing this.
Not one bit. With the clamped 500% stats, Topher is almost guaranteed to be nasty.
Syraniss is going to turn in the transit the slab.
Which, at this point, we know leads directly to the key, so it's a good move.
Yeah, and Burt will have to head over towards the Alpha Melmond area, just so that Burt can turn in that slab, translate it, and then head over to Lufane.
Looks like Crabcakes has decided that this Frost D tile is the optimal grind spot.
And she isn't wrong.
Yeah, the Frost Dragons are dying very easily, so it seems like a real good spot to be at. The question now is going to be, will she finish her grind before BurtReynoldz finishes up picking up Orblets and finding the key?
Yeah, Burt has farmed a lot more experience. Crabcake is now reaching level 30. Syraniss is going to grab the chime from off of the vampire.
And use the rod to venture further down. I believe this was eventually where Lufane was.
And that turned out to be the right one. And BurtReynoldz is actually on the way over to that Lefenheim area. That was where the key was located.
Yeah, once he gets that key, as long as he's got his orbs done, he's in go mode.
And this is very important for BurtReynoldz.
Yeah, this if this is him going to get his key, then he could leapfrog Crabcakes right now and take the lead.
Yeah, just from levels alone.
Yeah, he did a very efficient grind on those purple worms.
And the purple worms definitely are a good grind tile, while Crabcakes is doing these Frost Ds. Okay, so Burt is going to translate the slab.
Yeah, it looks like he reset out, wasn't sure if he had translated it. And it looks like he hadn't, so that was a good move.
A good call for BurtReynoldz. But Crabcakes is heading out. Heading back into the waterfall cave.
Ooh, I bet so she's gonna come back to this Agama slash Red Giant spike tile.
Given where they stand, where Crabcake stands so far, I don't think it's a bad enough call, but the Agamas are definitely a pain in the neck.
True, but I mean, it's also a safe grind tile.
Yeah, at this point in the game, it's a safe grind tile. So yeah, Crabcake is going to fade out the Red Giant and the Agamas.
Dark Moon EX saying safe-ish. I'd say at this point I would say it's reasonably safe, especially since Crabcakes has exit, so it's not like she has to walk the experience out.
Right. Yeah, ClosetGamer76 adding on to this too. It's saying that it's safe from other encounters, but the fight itself isn't safe.
I mean, we also might just, be scared of it from how early we took it on. Like, so far, it has not been giving her any trouble. Like, her white mages are surviving no problem.
Right. But compared to what it was earlier on, where that was a big roadblock from just because the canoe, the canoe was there on the robot.
Yep, so it was really rough to try and get to, but you kind of needed to in order to progress. BurtReynoldz gets sneak attacked by a muck, puts a bunch of his party to sleep, and he swings back and just punches it to death.
Going down on one knee, but that won't be a big problem because Krakus can just raise Zoe back up.
Yeah, she's got plenty of healing magic at this point. That is not a big deal.
Yeah, and this alone is this is a safe. Like Chad has mentioned, this is. Well, the fight itself isn't safe. It's safe from the other encounters thus far.
Oh, it's not even thus far. It's guaranteed safe.
Guaranteed, yeah. That default statement.
Yeah, because it's on the row above a door, it is guaranteed safe.
Okay, it's now up to level 35, and that's looks like she's done here.
Oh, this was actually Gaia, not Lefane, so BurtReynoldz making his way to Gaia and backing out.
Oh, right. Crabcake's gonna save the experience that she's gotten thus far, and continues to grind this Red Giant's Agaba tile.
Yep. Went out to refill her spell charges.
And that's fair.
So now taking the other split in this marsh area.
So I'm more so thinking now she might be more comfortable at around level 36 or 40, around that range. Maybe a bit higher, like the higher 40s. Like,
yeah, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see how far she grinds to.
Hangry Canuck is actually gonna is actually committing to the Bridge of Destiny.
Oh man, this is gonna be amazing to watch.
Yeah, this is an interesting call from the Hangry Canuck.
Yeah, he may not remember that Warmeg is required. We'll see how he responds when he sees the robot waiting for him.
Right, and that is and this does contain four orblets, but the air is just knocking him down.
He's not even gonna make it to Warmeg because of those airs.
Oof, that is disgusting.
Oh, I can hear him swearing all the way over here in Massachusetts.
Bert, as Dark Bootniax points out in the chat, still needs 6 more orblets. But Bert does get the key.
Excellent. That helps. Plus, he's still taking these purple worm fights, which makes sense. They're great XP, and it'll make him more prepared for anything to come.
Angry Canuck should just head back to the Bridge of Destiny again, but just says, no, I'm not going to deal with that again.
Yeah, between the airs beating the snot out of him and Warmeg standing there, it's not a great move.
Yes, well, I mean, if you were to somehow get through this and commit and just keep going and finish off that Warmeg, yeah, you do have Tiamat to worry about. But if you pass that, that's 4 more orblets. But that's still very, very risky for Hangry Canuck.
Yeah, I don't think Hangry Canuck's party has the ability to take on Warmeg at this point. BurtReynoldz might, and even then it's a risk. Hence him grinding on these worms.
Yeah, and this this is one of the more safer, one of the more better grind tiles to deal with. But Crabcake's with the more safer one, albeit not a good fight, not a good tile by itself. As I mentioned before, sounded like a broken record, but this is one of the safe one.
Syraniss also has the key in the loot at this point, so just needs to find some more orblets in order to be in go mode. BurtReynoldz getting up into the high 30s on most of his party. And still taking on these worms.
For sure.
Classic Hamlet pointing out a good reason to take on Warmech. Whatever moves Warmech has, you will not see in Temple of Fiends Revisited on the Fiends there, so it could provide some valuable intel as to what you may or may not see.
Yeah, but as we've seen thus far with all four of the runners, they're just not committed. They're not going to commit to this, just because this is not a good. It's not a good idea, given the current situation.
Yeah, after you complete whatever grind you think you need to make to whatever level, because of where it's located, it's pretty quick to just run in and pop Warmech in the mouth, see what he's got. Reese will Fiend 1 and Fiend 2 fights do not have link skills. But Warmech skills are shuffled in with the skills for the Fiend refights and Chaos, so whatever skills you see on Warmech will not be on the bosses in Temple of Fiends Revisited. Syraniss making some keylock checks.
Crabcake's now up to level 41.
I wonder if she's just trying to get to like a certain break point on that sword where she gets an extra hit.
My hunch is that she's probably just wanting to get a better HP stat for the mages. Syraniss is going to pick up Ruse from off of the white level 2 white mage.
Yeah, that makes sense to get on your fighter since we don't have a power bonk or an actual defense sword. So that'll be great for Temple of Fiends Revisited, just for making sure that you get defense stacks on your knight.
And Hangry Canuck is looking at was in the Temple of Fiends area, but does not have the key, so he's gonna hunt for that one.
Well, I don't imagine that he's got enough orblets either.
Yeah, that too. There's that rub -3 sharp, that's just ugh. Crabcake's now around level 43.
whereas BurtReynoldz just hit 40 on on one of his knights.
Dark Moon X is saying though, oh, Syraniss is heading to Temple of Fiends Revisited?
Oh, I guess Syraniss was in go mode and had enough orbs, so Syraniss at 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 25 seconds is our first runner to go into the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Oh, this is interesting. Especially with the party lineup.
Yeah, we'll have to see how nasty this is. First of all, bad men are wasting an awful lot of time with Flash. Thankfully, it's not dangerous, just annoying.
Yeah, and so Crabcase is opting to go for level 50, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like Classic Gamer pointed out in chat, by getting up to level 50, you're more likely to have enemies run from you, so you're less likely to take damage, making your way down through Temple of Fiends. Syraniss opting to take this 7 metal slime. Nope. Change their mind, decides to run.
So Crabcase knocked down had Zoe knocked down, but now up to level 45.
I'm guessing that BurtReynoldz is doing a similar thing since he just hit level 44 on his white mage. Oh, nope, he's going somewhere else again. Oh, he's checking his keylock chest, that makes sense.
He only had wyverns and a harmful hammer.
It's a great weapon for that white mage.
Yeah.
Also, was that a harm 4 hammer, or was that a harm hammer plus 4?
That's what I meant. Hard plus 4. That's my mistake. That's my mistake. And BurtReynoldz is opting just to knock down this war mech.
Yeah, well, he does need more orblets, so this makes sense, because if he can take out Warmech and then take out Tiamat, that's 4 more orblets. Warmech starting out with Bane, doesn't take down anyone, putting Ruse out on both fighters, and fasting the top one. Invis 2 comes out from the White Mage, getting those defense stacks out, and now we start swinging. And we cast Fast on the other fighter. More Invis 2, more defensive stats in case Warmex decides to feel swingy. And missing, uh-oh, we have a very evasive Warmech.
Oh boy.
Time to start locking that thing down so that you can actually hit it.
And Burt opting to try to go for Brack on this. Oh, it's got nuclear too.
Ooh, vanilla nuclear.
Or no, well, that wasn't a Brack. It looked like it was in for Brack, but she used that lock.
Yep, absolutely. So that's 1 less nuclear that we'll see in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Meanwhile, Syraniss is about to take on Lich 2.
Mike also has to fire too.
Not bad. And we're starting to hit 5 hits, 200 damage. Fade comes out for 113. We're getting some more Lock 2 out there. 5 hits, 266, and Warmech goes down. That's going to be a massive XP jump.
For sure.
And Warp's out. Oh, he just wanted to take on that Warmech for the XP.
That is interesting.
Not a very tanky Warmech, though it was a very evasive Warmech. And yeah, gonna take on Tiamat to get those 4 orblets. Syraniss makes it through Lich 2, no problem, heading towards carry. Tiamat throwing out Blizzard. Some unrunnable Agamas doing some real damage to Syraniss, who's only in the high 20s, low 30s on most of the party. Or the entire party.
Yeah, this is interesting. Krabs is gonna look at these two chests here. Nothing of Wharf.
Nope, and now Crab Cakes has entered Temple of Fiends. Now we got Carry 2, busting out the Invis 2 in case Carry feels swingy. Carry dropping a Lit 2, not a huge deal. Ruse on the Knight, really get that Knight nice and defensive. Another stack of Invis 2, so we're at 4 stacks of defensive buffs on the Fighter. Fighter is fasted.
And Burt finishes off Tiamat getting the 4 Orblets.
7 hits, 319 damage from the Fighter over on Carry 2. Carry dropping another Lit 2 for some chip damage. Brack strats on Carry, ineffective. Swinging that Masa, 8 hits, 631 damage. Carry's still up, drops an Inferno on the party. Luckily, Syraniss was ready and tossed out a heal 3. Another 7 hits, 528 more damage. Carry still standing. Swing and a miss from Carry. Another free round for Syraniss. 5 more hits, 374 more damage. Carry still standing. Another Lit 2 for some more chip damage. 6 more hits, 213 damage. Carry 2 goes down. Syraniss is heading to the water floor.
Meanwhile, over on Crab Cave side, taking care of some Earth.
Unrunnable Earths. While Burt takes on a large pack of unrunnable lobsters. Syraniss dealing with a pack of unrunnable waters, doing some real damage to the party. Luckily, a Fade cleans them all up with no deaths.
Crab Cake's on to the Lich 2 fight.
Throwing out Harm 4s makes sense. He's undead. You hit him where it hurts.
Let's throw out Fire 3.
Yep, we're getting down on the ground for, not quite dead, but limping on one of those white mages.
And down goes Lich 2.
Easy peasy.
Syraniss about to approach the Kraken 2 fight.
Meanwhile, Hangry Canuck making his way through the Agama floor. And BurtReynoldz is fighting Kraken 1 to get his last few orbs.
This is fair. Kraken 1 has 4 Orblets.
Absolutely, this will push BurtReynoldz over the top and let him head to Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Crab Cakes onto the Carry 2 fight. Now,
Syraniss made the mistake of leaving the Fighter in the front row and got front rowed by Kraken. So we're on Brack strats or bust at this point. And now we're down to just a solo Black Mage. I don't think you're making it through the Temple of Fiends Revisited with just that.
No.
And Brack strats failed, Kraken swings, and that's a reset.
And that puts Crab Cakes ahead of the pack now.
Yep, Crab Cake's back in the lead, fighting on a Blacklight poster version of Carry 2.
And unlike Syraniss, Crab Cakes has a lot more levels to work with.
Absolutely. She took on a massive grind, and that's gonna hopefully pay off with helping her get through this Temple of Fiends Revisited. Carries down, only had one death. That'll get brought back up by the other white mage, no problem.
Yeah, filled completely up to life. Just can use some of the healing potions just to bring them back up to speed.
Looks like Syraniss has gone off to take a grind, which makes sense, because that Kraken slapped him around pretty badly. Hangry Canuck, still not guillotining those bats.
But Burt does finish off Kraken 1, and has now gotten those 4 crystal orblets. Heading into the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Just burning off a few encounters to get a nice big run down there. And Crab Cakes topping off the health right before Kraken 2. Let's see if she rearranges her party. Nope, going right in with the fighter in the front. Dropping 3 Invis 2s and a fast first thing. So far,
right.
We get 1 Invis 2 stack off, we get our fast stack off, we get a second stack of Invis 2 off before Kraken can swing, and a third. We got perfect turn order for this first round against Kraken 2. Swing and a miss, or well, swing and a bit of a hit on the Black Mage, but he survives. And first swing, 4 hits, 302 damage, Kraken not that beefy, should be able to take him down. We got a couple more Invis 2 stacks coming out. Should be getting pretty close to max evade soon. Throwing out lock. Making Kraken even easier to hit. Tossing out fades for some chip damage. 9 hits, 475 damage. Kraken still standing, swinging and missing. Kraken is very punchy today.
More chip damage from those 2 fades.
And a nuke. 366, that's good damage from the nuke. 11 hits from the fighter, but it looks like there weren't any crits, so it only did 96 damage.
Yeah, and there's another nuke coming out, 134 damage.
Another swing and a miss from Kraken. 10 more hits, 150 damage.
Nuke got 360 damage from that nuke.
246 from that fade as well. We're doing more damage with spells right now than we are with swings. 6 hits for 6 damage. Oh, and Kraken takes a snack on the Black Mage.
11 hits, 261 damage.
Ten hits, 197 damage from that fighter. 300 damage from Kraken to the fighter. And now we're swinging with that Mausa -3 from that white mage. And Kraken goes down to 1 final swing. 11 hits, 430 damage from the fighter.
And not wasting any time, just gonna bring up that fighter. Took quite a beating during that Kraken 2 fight. While BurtReynoldz is about to fight Lich 2. Same time, Crabcake is getting ready to fight Tiamat 2.
Throwing out Ruse, couple stacks of Invis 2, and Fast. 374 damage right out of the gate on the fighter from Tiamat 2. What a brutal swing. Definitely going to want to get these defensive stacks out as fast as possible.
Oh, no kidding, yeah. I really like that color palette from Tiamat 2 over here.
Ooh, 1 hit for 97 damage. Tiamat 2 is dodgy and has nuclear.
Oh!
Tiamat 2 is going to be a bit of a roadblock.
Yeah, and at this point in the game too, literally, BurtReynoldz and Syraniss, or at least more specifically BurtReynoldz, if Crabcase gets knocked down, gets wiped here, Burt will take the lead as Burt is heading over to carry too.
Yeah, and Crabcakes is out of fades. And because of that, she also doesn't have any heal 3s left either. Tiamat dropping a swirl. The fighter taking time off from attacking to cast heal 3. White mage casting wall on the black mage. Temper going out on the fighter. Some cure 4s going out. Another nuclear from Tiamat. Tiamat does not care about your grinding. Tiamat just wants to grind you into a fine paste.
Oh, that is for sure, and if this is what Tiamat, if Tiamat 2 is anything to go off of, once we get over to Chaos, this could possibly even, like, Chaos could be possibly worse than Tiamat 2, could probably be less of a threat than Tiamat 2. We don't know just yet.
Meanwhile, BurtReynoldz taking on Carry 2, and takes down Carry 2. And Tiamat's got Cure 4, wasting all of the work that Crabcakes had already done.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Attempting to mute Tiamat to stop the... Oh, that was 1,200 damage from that swing, so hopefully we can take 1 or 2 more of those and Tiamat will go down.
Yeah. Temper comes out from the mage, from the black mage.
856. Tiamat throwing out Bane. Luckily, it doesn't hit anyone. Mute, still ineffective. 4 hits, 498 damage. Tiamat still standing.
And another ineffective mute. Onto Tiamat too.
Yep. I don't blame Crabcakes for throwing these mutes out, considering that Cure 4, but 10 hits, 1,687 damage. Tiamat 2 goes down. She makes it to the staircase, and now Crabcakes will be the first of our runners to take on Chaos at 2 hours, 23 minutes, and let's say 30 seconds, roughly.
Yeah, and this is quite a fight here. BurtReynoldz wanted to play it safe here before fighting Kraken 2. Running that black mage to top.
Yeah, it makes sense. Put a sacrifice out there for Kraken, and with how punchy Kraken is, it makes a lot of sense. And 1,600 damage to that poor black mage.
Oh, disgusting.
Chaos swinging in right off the bat for 225 damage on one of those white mages, but we're getting plenty of Invis 2 stacks out.
Crabcakes did move that fighter down to the 3rd slot, leaving Zoe at the top here.
Yeah. Chaos throwing out just good old-fashioned nuke while we temper up this fighter. The white mage is going to throw some Cure 4s on themselves. The fighter going to use the Cure 3 stick on itself. Oh. Actually, looks like he used it on the black mage. So the black mage can continue to get tempers out. And Chaos casting Stop, ineffective against the whole party. White mages casting Wall. Fighter casting another stack of Invis 2. Chaos taking a round off to cast Lit 2. And now we got Lock coming out from the Black Mage, making Chaos as weak as possible so that once we start swinging, he'll start dropping. And we're throwing out X-Furs to try and drop that defense even further. So far, no luck with that. Oh, another nuke from Chaos. That's either a short spell list or he's got multiple nukes.
BurtReynoldz continuing this Kraken 2 fight.
Yep, looks like he's got his evasion stacks up nice and high, because Kraken is missing. Chaos with another lit 2. This is looking like a short spell list with nuke in it.
Yeah, Lock 2 coming out on Chaos. Still no luck on that X-Fur.
Nope, that X-Fur hit. That went defenseless.
Oh, there we go.
Now going for mute strats, throwing another Temper out. 10 hits, 606 damage. Alright, Chaos is finally starting to take some damage, and throws another nuke out.
White Mage continuing to temper up that Knight.
Yep, White Mages, Cure 4ing themselves. The Knight, 11 hits, 479 damage. Quad X from Chaos, no damage. More Lock 2, making Chaos even easier to hit so we can drop even more damage on him. Chaos got muted because that nuke happened and wasn't able to cast.
The Knight just swung for some damage.
We're just plain running out of spell charges on those White Mages. 13 hits, 749 damage. This is looking really good for Crab Cakes. 3 hits, 77 damage from that mossed White Mage. Another Lock 2. Chaos gets easier to hit. Tries to cast Lit 2, but is muted. 14 hits, 435 damage. Another 14 hits, 157 damage. Chaos swings and hits that White Mage for over 300 damage, so Chaos can still hit real hard, but it doesn't matter. 14 more hits. Chaos goes down. Crab Cakes is your victor.
Yeah, coming in first place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 2 seconds.
Get your GGs in chat for Crab Cakes. And with that victory, Crab Cakes is going to move up to number 2 in the Iron Goal rankings, taking it from BurtReynoldz.
Very nicely done for Crab Cakes. And it really just... that alone was... She did a lot of stuff to get into that position. And it really... She made the right call just to grind that that Agama tile over in the waterfall cave over in Provoca.
It absolutely paid off. That grind definitely got her where she needed to be.
BurtReynoldz has now entered the Tiamat fight as we saw Crab Cakes finishing up here. Hangry Canuck getting the Aegis 3 shield.
Yeah, Crab Cakes, Syraniss was in Temple of Fiends Revisited before you, but you got there second.
And from the looks of things, Hangry Canuck has opted to forfeit out from the race.
That's not too surprising considering how bad he's been stuck and how low level he is at this point.
Yeah, it it feels it's such a it feels so bad because considering what happened during the first couple of first few parts of the seed for him, having to go to grind all of that time, and just having to grind just to get that canoe, just to even start the seed.
Yep. Tiamat really working over BurtReynoldz right now.
Over Syraniss is starting is refighting the Lich fight, and also as I say that, Lich 2 goes down.
Crabcake's asking us how many times we've seen Lich get rubbed. Literally once. I don't know that I've even seen people cast rub, to be honest.
And the only time people cast Rub is if you're fighting like Garland or something.
Yeah, if it's literally the only spell you've got against Garland. Oh, and BurtReynoldz manages to sneak past Tiamat too, and now he gets to go on and fight that lovely, lovely Chaos.
Yeah, this will be a fun one. Syraniss about to start up the Carry 2 fight.
Yeah, that X-Fur into mute in order to take the teeth out of Chaos was a really smart play from Crabcakes.
Yeah, the mute was the right call to make, just so that Chaos didn't have a chance.
Meanwhile, BurtReynoldz being our second runner to make it to Chaos. Yeah, it definitely seemed to make things easier considering how many turns Chaos basically took off from doing any damage to your party, Crabcakes. It's like, I cast Nuke, oh wait, I can't. I cast Lit 2, oh wait, I can't. I cast Nuke, oh no, I can't. Yeah, I think it was Nuke Lit 2 Nuke was the spell list. Oh right, there was a Quad X in there that I forgot about.
Everyone's getting that Invis 2 out.
And BurtReynoldz finds the second nuke. I do have to say that watching seeds clamp this high, you do see some unconventional strats that you're not used to seeing in things like the spring tournament, where you have to use spells like Mute in order to give yourself a chance.
Yeah, but that's the fun of the IRONGOL that's the fun of the IRONGOL Heavy Metal Championship. That's the best thing about it. That's what makes it fun. You have these unconventional strategies that can only really exist in this particular format.
Yep. Crabcakes stating the fact that they had Fade and Ice 3 at level 1 and it still took 2.5 hours to complete this seed just goes to show how truly heinous it was. And yes, Crabcakes did pick these seeds, or these flags.
Thank you, Crabcakes, for giving us a really fun seed to watch, even if it means it was a massive pain in the neck. But the fight, one of the, oh gosh.
Yeah, one of his fighters is down, but it's not the one that he was tempering up.
Yeah, but that black mage is down too. It's gonna have to. Blood 2 comes out from Chaos.
5 hits, 67 damage is not what you want to see.
I know.
And there's that nuke again.
4 hits, 161
Burt does
damage. That's it. That's finishing. That is gonna. This is second place for BurtReynoldz time, official SO time of 2 hours 34 minutes and 59 seconds, and immediately after that, he said, "That's enough. I'm done."
Yep. Get your GGs in the chat for BurtReynoldz. What a fantastic race that was run here.
That was a fantastic race for sure. Ooh, what a seed! This was a seed.
It certainly was. This was an absolute dumpster fire, and I was honored to call it.
Me too. If this is my entry into the Iron Goal, all the Iron Goal calls. This honestly is the best I've seen thus. This is the best one I had the fortune of commentating for this one.
I am checking with them to see if they want to do interviews or not.
Okay.
Syraniss said yes, so we should be joined by Syraniss shortly.
And looks like Syraniss has joined us here in the booth. GG, man.
GG. That was a fun dumpster fire.
It was a
dumpster fire.
Oh man, there was a lot of fun. There was a lot of crazy moments throughout this entire scene, and the canoe, the canoe was just the start of it, and it just kept adding on more and more and more until it just eventually combusted. And as I'm looking now, BurtReynoldz joins us in the booth. GG, man.
Thanks, GG guys.
Just talking about how this team was a massive dumpster fire.
Well, compared to what these flags could possibly be, I think we landed on the easy end.
What makes you say that?
Well, like there's seeds where you don't kill an imp for 45 minutes, right? You're like level 1 after half an hour and you haven't found anything. Like, I mean, I found my second town 45 minutes in. If the first town didn't have Fade and Ice 3, right? If we were confusing all the enemies and trying to win the game that way, would have been a lot tougher.
Yeah.
So, did I miss a better grind tile somewhere? Were there eyes or something that I missed?
It depends. Crab Cakes did most of her grinding on the trap tile in the waterfall cave, and Burt was grinding in the bottom of Marsh at the incentive chest on purple worms.
Yeah, those were both pretty good. I totally forgot about the one in waterfall, or else I probably would have gone back there too.
Well, the first time I seen the waterfall trap tile, the giant hit me for like 700 damage. So I tried not to go back there.
There was that, and I didn't have exit at that time, so there was no way I was grinding it without exit.
Oh yeah, that was one of the last things I found. I don't think I got exit to like an hour 40 in or something, maybe an hour and a half in.
Yeah, no, it was fun. Kraken was just mean to me a couple times, and apparently Gersharks had nuke, which I didn't notice until like my third or fourth.
Oh dear God.
Did you wipe in Topher? Is that how far you made it?
Oh yeah, I took a couple of Topher wipes, and then I went for a grind, and I took a couple.
Yeah, I got through Topher on my first try, but I went in at like average level 42. I also, a little secret about this one is I took 2 fighters.
Yeah, 2 fighters would have been tempting. Not that there were really weapons or gear for it. All the weapons were horrible tonight.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I mean, that +5 defense sword was probably the best thing that y'all had.
I would have liked to have found that.
Oh yeah, defense 5 is very good. Better than the Massa -3, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Massa was negative, Excal was negative, Vorpal was negative. I kind of wish I had a Thief. At least the Katanas were plus.
Katanas at +4 would have made this a great Thief seed.
Yeah, I didn't want to take a Thief that maxes out at like 400 or 500 hit points through that Topher, though.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Oh well, it's a good time, and it is like way past my bedtime, so I think I'm gonna call it an.
Alright, GG's, Syraniss.
Yeah, GG's crab cakes, and GG's to you as well, Bert. Y'all did a good.
Thank you. GG.
And GG to Hangry Canuck too, who has joined us, and I don't blame him with how bad he beat up this seed.
Oh, for sure.
I don't even think he had a character at level 20 yet when y'all finished.
But yeah, that should do it.
Bert, you got any final thoughts about tonight's race?
Yeah, maybe don't let crab cakes design your flags next time.
Lesson for all of us to learn.
Yeah.
I tried to talk her out of it. I tried to talk her out of a couple different things, but she no-sirred both of my suggestions.
She admitted in chat that she should have at least had a higher level of XP because the grind was just interminably slow.
Okay, so yeah, that should pretty much end it here. GG's to everyone. Shout outs to Dark Bruni X for not only restreaming this but also tracking this for us. Thanks, Dr. Funkin, for being my co-com.
Absolutely, and as always, please follow our runners, follow our streamer Dark Mooney X, follow my co-commentator Professor Renderer, and yeah, y'all have a great night.
Take it easy, everybody.
And with that, I want to thank you all for watching a special presentation of the FFR IRONGOL Heavy Metal Championship. We hope you enjoyed this presentation, and we will see you next time.